Yo, this is your boy Flex from Jersey. I'm here with my man Dan Duarte, the Coast to Coast podcast. And when we chilling back and kicking it, we listening to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast with my man Dan Duarte and the Coast to Coast squad.
Aussie Suns Fan podcast. And guess what, guys? Sponsored by @Buffalo Trace. Unofficially, of course.
Let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast, Season 2, Episode 29, let's call it the Playoffs edition. Welcome, everyone. We've got our famous, world-famous cast here. We're getting notoriety all the way from the east to the west coast of the US at the moment. Everybody wants to be involved with us Suns Aussie fans. But we got Nate, Hamo, and Boyd. What is cracking, lads?
Oh, it's good. Other than the results of the game, everything's good.
We've got all this international love, and it's still us four spuds fucking doing it. Jesus Christ!
Magnificent, isn't it?
Actually, on that note, where you were talking about everyone wants to be involved, poor Paul, that guy gets a hard time.
Paul, if you're listening, we love you. We're going to get you on soon. We're working on it. I promise. It's just that Nate's always too busy now. He's having an unprecedented amount of luck and success on Tinder, and it makes it really hard for us to track him down.
You have one slip up on a pod, I swear. Hey, while we are talking about the Fanning the Flames pod, well done to you and Boyd for your guest appearance
100%.
the other day. That was a good pod. Good.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done,
Thanks.
well done
Unreal.
I loved all of it up until you tried to crack the little baby spit about Avocado and owning rights to the name. But other than that, no, it was great work.
Yeah, I felt like there was way too much niceness towards Boyd, and I needed to find something to have a dig at him for during the pod. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been us if we didn't have a crack at him.
Not original.
No, hell no. Have to have that banter.
Fanning the Flame boys are getting a little bit desperate, I think, if they're reaching out to fucking to us guys. I mean,
Hey, shut up, mate. I want to get back
Top 5 fans in the world. Number 5, Victoria, Australia.
Yeah, I saw that. That was one of the other pods. I don't know what pod it was.
Doesn't matter. We'll take it.
Yeah, it was Victoria, Australia was right up there on Sam Cooper's pod.
timeline.
Yeah, the timeline pod. Yeah. So well done, Aussies. Good representing because you guys are listening to those pods as well. It gets our name out there more. And like I said, we're actually starting to get that feedback, and there is American Suns fans out there that know who we are now. So it's really good. We continue to push on. We're going to go straight into our game wrap. So there was a couple of games. I think we may not have spoken about game 2, but if you do want to check out what our opinions on game 2 were, at least mine and Boyd's, get onto Fanning the Flames pod and check that one out. It's on the Brightside Network. It was a great pod, and we sort of spoke about the disappointing game 2 on that pod there. Then game 3, we had a decent win. Still shot 15% from the floor from 3. It was pretty disappointing. Just trying to pull this game up because I forget.
Meanwhile, the Suns are just trying to pull the game off.
Yeah, 114 to 111 we won. And we actually didn't play that well. So it was probably, I mean, in the end, we were pretty comfortable for most of the game. But they hit a 3, I think, which brought it back to 3 points right on the buzzer. But Chris Paul, 28 points, 14 assists, took over the last quarter. And DeAndre Ayton went absolute DA playoff beast mode with 28 and 17. And then, of course, the game yesterday, which was extremely disappointing, 103-118 loss. DeAndre Ayton, again, 23 points, 8 rebounds, was our best player without question. Outside of that, there is, outside of Chris Paul, 11 assists, there's nothing else worth noting. Let's get your thoughts first, Nate, on those 2 games.
Well, look, obviously it was good to watch game 3 because we won. It was nice to take the first one on a Pels home court. They still looked, like you said, rusty. But it looked like it was going to come together. but then game 4, geez. Even Mick texts me and he's gone, geez, this is hard to watch. And I was like, yeah.
I think that's the best way to just describe the game as
it was just hard to watch.
Oh, it was just hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, when you said we were going to look at naming an MVP, I was just like, yeah, okay. So we'll circle back. There's not a whole lot to choose from.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think the MVP is going to be a straightforward, easy pick. But
I think it'll be the same from all of us if we can have a sample size of 2 games.
Yeah, there's only one bloke who's performed in both games, and
yeah,
for some reason we like to freeze him out in the second half. But anyway, Hamo, what were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, look, the games that I've seen and just basically this whole series in general has just been a little bit underwhelming. Understanding we've got Booker dealing with his injuries at the time being, and you know whatever's going on with that. And Cam Johnson hasn't quite. Someone else put it up in the chat the other day. Cam hasn't quite been the same since the Julius Randle thing, and that might be true, man. You know, his shots off and whatnot, but all in all, like it's kind of a disappointing start. Like I still got faith, always will, but just overall, I think it's been a bit tough. You know, we'll never hang our head, especially us Aussie Suns fans. We'll never hang our heads, but it feels like maybe you should over the last couple of games. But we won't. We'll just keep pushing through, man.
Boyd.
Yeah, we'll speak to the last couple. We haven't been at our best, eh? We've been pretty woeful all around. There's been a couple of shining lights, but I think we know from the sample size being the regular season is that we're a lot better than this. So yeah, look, I'm not. I'm trying to stay away from social media just to fucking keep sane and keep myself in a good frame of mind. But I can't because I'm addicted to shit. But look, we're just shooting really poorly, guys. We've been getting out rebounded all year, but we're shooting poorly, and we're missing our main guy. I mean, but we're still good enough to beat this team if we even have a substandard shooting performance. We proved
that in game 3, didn't we?
We did. And look, I wasn't impressed with game 3 at all. But I think when you're throwing up the 3-point shooting that we are, you're going to struggle to win any game. And the fact that it has been like game 4 wasn't that close, but we've generally squeaked out close wins in games that we don't shoot very well, but we haven't shot this bad as an entire team in I don't think all season. So and
neither is the greatest 3-point shooter in Suns history.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And look, this
direct stab at Gav there.
Guys, I
can't leave me alone, can you?
I said this in the chat, and I really do believe it. Us playing at this level is not sustainable. It's such an anomaly that it's just freaky that it's actually happening. So
we have to address the foul situation too, though. Whether it's
you've got your 30-second rant to do whatever you fucking want with.
No, I'm just saying in terms of the last few games and what they've meant for us and how it's turned out. That's something that needs to be brought up as well.
We can't address that. I don't feel like we were playing on defense any more aggressive than what the Pelicans were, and I honestly can't for the life of me figure out how the disparity was what it was 42-15 in that game.
Come on, mate. We had 70.
50.
You were talking about being addicted to social media, and you can't put it out. You always got to look. I got to throw to Gav on this one. When how'd you say you're going to throw the toys out of the cot with the our Facebook group's message feed during the game? You nearly shit the bed. Go on, I want to hear about it because you nearly lost your shit.
I was
go on, tell them.
It was kind of going to make up my 30-second rant, so I won't go into too much detail on it. But there is the negativity around fucking everything just did me yesterday. I was so close. The toys were almost going out of the cot. I almost left the group. I basically got talked down off a ledge because I was going to write a really scathing message and then just fucking leave. But yeah, a couple of people talked me off the ledge from writing that, or from actually sending it. So thanks for that, guys. But yeah,
Hashtag mute feed.
Going back over the 2 games, none of us are fucking happy. The performances of the team over the 4-game series so far has been poor. It's been terrible. But the thing that really gets me is, and this came down to that nearly throwing the toys out of the cot. Some of the fucking messages I saw in our chat group yesterday and on Twitter, the US guys and everything like that. I get it. We can be disappointed. But for people to sit there and basically want to blow the team up from the inside, this is a team that won 64 fucking games. You don't think that they've got the ability to correct this? All of a sudden, you want to sack Cameron Payne and put him to the end of the bench? He's played good basketball all year. Is there an opportunity for other guys to slip in and maybe take up some minutes? Yeah, absolutely. But, like, why do we have to blow the team up after a loss to the Pelicans on the road without Devin Booker when we shot so fucking poorly? Now, my biggest problem wasn't any of that. It wasn't, and I'll get to, because it's in thumbs up, thumbs down, I'll get to the referees and the calls in that. But our shooting performance and everything aside, the one thing that really disappointed me, and we spoke about this on a pod 3 weeks ago, we wanted to see more physical basketball. We thought the Suns would deal with that quite well. Every time they cop shit on the road and wherever else, all of a sudden we see a vicious side come out in our side. We got fucking bullied yesterday. Absolutely bullied by this fucking pack of, I'm not going to use a Boyd word on it, this pack of 10th seeds who absolutely, Alvarado, creating an 8-second violation on Chris Paul. Alvarado being in Chris Paul's face the whole time. Nobody stood up and did fuck all. Now, this team, we know that they can cop the physicality. We know that when this shit happens, we've always stood up and embarrassed the other team. We've embarrassed their crowds. We gave up yesterday and got beat up.
I know what you're saying there, Gav, but I don't put it down to physicality. I saw some half-court screens come in from Crowder and on Mr. Avocado.
There's a lot of reasons to why we lost. I'm not just saying it's
I think they bullied us mentally. Now that moment when CP3 was forced into that 8-second, there was probably 3 fouls leading up to that no call, and then being an 8-second violation call. And I think the fact that CP3 didn't get it the first time, the second time, or the third time, it just sort of fucking, he's just like, fuck this. What can I do? And it sort of got to him mentally. That very seldomly happens, that you see a player of his caliber be, generally what he would do is he'd go and have a 17-point fourth quarter. But, that's not always going to happen. He does it more times than he doesn't. But, yeah, we just saw, he had 4 points. And these. But
they got into our heads. They absolutely, and the refereeing also got into our heads.
Yeah. Herb Jones,
I've got no problem.
Avocado, Alvarado, or fucking Herb Jones, they're both rookies, man. They do not, they don't give a fucking, they don't know how it's a dangerous thing having all these rooks with nothing to lose. They've only got a name to make for themselves, and they're just going to be fucking far out. And all they need is a little bit of help from officiating, and it can really take its toll on the other team. So I think I don't think we see anything like that again, officiating wise. I don't think that.
Are you kidding? We've seen it all fucking.
No, yeah. Look, no. I actually went through the box scores of the games today. Now, the previous day there was a lot of hoorah about the officiating in all games, and some of the disparities in the free throws being shot.
Embiid
they evened out. Hey, the refs listened. I think the refs listened because I had a look at all the shot charts, and they're pretty fucking even right across the board. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they've been sent a message from someone higher up saying, guys, fucking stop this. fucking do a count at quarter time, half time, 3/4 time, and fucking make it right. Because
We can't hope on that.
I know we can't hope on that, but it fucking go and have a look for yourselves.
We don't
at
get
the games.
whistles. We don't get the superstars.
We don't. But I
get
think
any of that shit.
I think you will find this next game, because of all the shit that's been said about it, I think you will find that it will even out by the end.
Do you know what? I want to see. And I've fucking always hated this, but look, we're probably eating into our thumbs up, thumbs down, but I'd rather see us start sooking now and flopping. Because that's the way to get calls in this fucking NBA these days. Throw your hands in the air, fall on the fucking floor. You'll get your Ja Morant, Joel Embiid, all those fucking 28 foul shots per game for an individual, because you're flopping about and whatever else. Look, you can shake your head all you like, Camo, but realistically, because we play the strong way and our guys don't flop, don't fuck around, don't whinge, we're not getting these calls. So we may as well
wasn't going to disagree with you, bro. Wasn't going to disagree with you at all. I was going to say, even seeing Chris Paul do his worky work thing that he does to get the foul, and that didn't even get called last game.
I think there was one of them on CJ McCollum. There was one of them he tried on CJ McCollum. CJ got him.
Yep.
He just moved out of the way. There was no contact there. Chris just ended up throwing the ball in the air, which was well done by McCollum. Anyway, let's move on, or we're going to cover off half of the fucking other shit that we've got to cover off in this. MVP, this one should be easy, should be straightforward. I don't think there's even a discussion. But who's your MVP this week, Boyd?
Mr. DeAndre Ayton.
Nate.
DA.
Hamo.
Landry Shamet.
And DeAndre Ayton is the MVP this week. He was just phenomenal in both games. And the only additional message I will send in this is, when we're struggling, stop freezing him out of the fucking game. The bloke is killing Valanciunas and killing Larry Nance. If we're struggling to score, there's an easy fix. Don't sit outside and pop fucking airball threes. Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, Landry Shamet, combined 4 for 57 or whatever you are for the playoffs. Give the ball to fucking DeAndre Ayton. Now, a little bit of a different one. I just wanted to throw this in here. Each of you, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to rant about something that's happened in the series so far. The topic is free and yours. You can do with it as you will, except for Hamo, you're not allowed to talk about Ben Simmons at all. The 30-second rant, I will put the timer on. There is no rebuttals. There is no nothing. It is just your 30-second opinion. No interruptions either. All right, Gavin, stop interrupting people. We're going to. Who wants to go first?
I'm ready, whatever.
Nate, you're up. Your time starts now.
I am not joining the pylon, but I had a rant in game 4, and it was fucking campaign. Put the pistols away. You're not firing. They're not going in. Pass the fucking ball. And I'm not piling on with the whole minutes. I just watching him keep shooting threes when they're not going in, when there's better position players do it. Pass the fucking ball. Rant over.
Well done. 2 seconds to spare.
There you go.
I like it. Boyd, you're up. Ready?
I'm up.
Set.
Steady. Go.
Go.
So I think guys, Suns fans, just stop trying to trade our team away. Stop fucking bagging out on Cameron Payne, including you, fucking Nate. He's none for 12 in this series, so he's fucking really close to hitting one, right? And he's the odds are the prick's going to hit the next 6, similar to a Jay Crowder streaky thing. So keep fucking shooting. They've got to start fucking falling soon. Rant over.
Yeah, 2 within time. I like it. Right on time too, both of you. Well done. I've got a feeling I'm not going to get on mine into 30 seconds, but we'll see how we go. Nate, you might have to time mine just to keep me on track.
You've pre-handled enough of it. You should be right.
Hamo, your turn. Ready? Take yourself off mute. Get ready. Set. Go.
What'd you call him, Mr. Avocado? Who the fuck do you think you are? Getting all up in Chris Paul's face like that, man. You think you're not even on Patrick Beverley's level. You couldn't even hold Cole Anthony's jockstrap. And the crowd's chant your name like you're the best person that's ever happened to them. You might have been, but seriously, eat a dick.
Oh, another one. Well done.
Good eggplant finish. Love it.
All right, my turn. I'll time myself. That way, when it goes off, I'll know that I have to stop.
Okay.
Someone count me in.
3, 2, 1, go, Gav.
I've pretty much covered off most of my rant. Suns fans, stop being fucking idiots. We're not going to blow the team up. We've won 64 games. Get over it. We will bounce back. That's what we do. We were the number one seed for a fucking reason, and we'll finish that way. Referees, watch when fucking people go cannoning into someone's back. You didn't call the Jay Crowder one until Jay wanted to punch his fucking head in, and you didn't call the Chris Paul one yesterday. Chris Paul should have kicked his fucking head in. Both of that side, wake up.
Boom.
Get him, Gav.
How'd you go for time, Gav?
Right on,
Hold
bud.
on.
Who cares
Right.
about the time? Just keep going.
God bless.
All right, encouragement award for this week. Let's go with, well, Hammer, you haven't gone first. Give me an encouragement award for this week, bud.
I've gone first plenty of times this week. I'm just putting it out there. Encouragement award for this week. Look, I like the fan interaction that we had at the away games. We had plenty of Phoenix Suns fans in the crowd at the New Orleans games yesterday, which I thought was really, really good. Keep that up. Doesn't matter whether it's going to be in Louisiana, whether it's in Milwaukee. We know it ain't going to be Brooklyn. But just Phoenix Suns fans in away games, away towns, just please keep going. Love it.
Very good. So, Suns fans in away towns. Boyd, who's your encouragement award for this week?
Our probably the back end of our 8-man rotation, or who is it? Fucking Cam Johnson, Cameron Payne, and Jay
Corey.
Crowder.
Corey.
Yeah, encouragement, and it's a real one. It's a real encouragement one. Like, if these guys get the yips and they stop fucking shooting, we can kiss the whole fucking thing goodbye, boys. So anyone saying, don't fucking can't shoot, bro, don't fucking do it, just fucking keep shooting, boys. I can't stress that enough. They're bound to start falling. So encouragement to them guys to fucking keep at it, and we will still win this chip.
Hey,
Well, I had two down, and Hammer nailed the first ones. Was going to be Suns fans for all of them. So I might just move on and say, where are the dogs at? So my encouragement award is going to the dog pound, the pre-game ritual. All the guys, the team, in that particular moment. Because right now, we're all barking, no bite. So that's where my encouragement award sits, to try and get that team back. Get those guys back that are going to win at all costs. That turn it on and do away the opposition.
and that's what I hope we'll see this week or tomorrow in our next game, in Game 5. My encouragement award goes to the NBA referees and the NBA Referee Association. Look, guys, I know eventually you'll start to see the fouls when they're there. Just keep plugging away, guys. You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll be able to. I mean, I know that those big shoves happen right in front of your fucking big stupid noses, and you couldn't call them, but you'll get one. You'll get one eventually. So, I mean, Chris Paul got a flagrant one for trying to block a ball and accidentally hit someone on the top of the head. Hey, Herb Jones hip and shouldered him and knocked him over and fucking nearly put him through the floor. No call at all. I'm pretty sure that's a flagrant too. But keep plugging away. You'll see one eventually. Fuckheads.
They've been doing it since day dot, man. Keep coming, referees. We got you.
All right, this week's game. So obviously we got Game 5 tomorrow. We are now, we do know now that we're going to Game 6. So tomorrow on ESPN, 12 p.m. start against the Pelicans at home. And then we play TBD for Game 6 at New Orleans on Thursday, our time. So only a 2-day gap, which is good. And then hopefully we won't require a Game 7. But What's your prediction for the remainder? Are we going to go to 7? Do you think we'll get through the next 2? Just each of you fire off what your thoughts are. If we're not going to 7 and we're winning the next 2, how are we going to do it? And what are we going to see from our lineup in the next 2 to 3 games? Nate, I'll let you go first.
Well, I think if we want to go back a few pods, Gav, you and I were a little bit nervous about the New Orleans matchup. They looked good with CJ McCollum coming in. The team looked different. Now, I think we were more concerned about the DA Valanciunas matchup, which has proved itself pretty much null and void, even though Tunis has had a couple of decent games. He's never looked like he's got the better of DA. We don't lose 2 in a row, so this next one's looking really good. It's at home. I just think it's going to be too fresh and too salty last year's finals, how it went, for them to let this get away. And I really do think it'll be over in 6. I think they're not going to let them back in now. They're going to take this by the horns, get done, and get that extra the rest that Boston is now enjoying.
Yep, good call. And remember last year we went down 2-2 with the Lakers as well. So I think a lot of the same conversations that we heard this year happened last year when we went down to the Lakers. So, Hamo, what's your thoughts on these games? Boyd's always last with the predictions because we know what's coming.
No, look, it's not going to be easy. I've heard Book's out for Game 5.
Yep, confirmed.
Yeah, look, I don't know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do something. We've got to do it now. You know, we can't be wasting a lot of our energy and a lot of our momentum on the first round. We got to get in there. We got to find a way to stop these guys. I mentioned in the chat the other day, honestly, I reckon having Bridges on Ingram is a smarter move just because to match the quickness and the length. It didn't seem to happen that much unless it was happening on a switch.
Bridges is playing on McCollum.
Sorry, mate?
Bridges is playing on McCollum.
There's got to be another way to work around that, man, because when Bridges was on Ingram, we were doing better. We were. And he in that particular last quarter and a half really just, turned it on.
Well, that would better depend on who's starting too, right? Like if they switch it up and Cam doesn't start, then you don't put Shamet on Ingram.
Correct.
Totally.
Goes to McCollum. Yep.
Totally. There's a lot of things that need to be looked at, especially now that we know Booker's another no-go. We need to re-strategize. But, yeah, hey, I'm not the smartest one on this pod, man, so let's leave this question to the better ones. But I've got faith.
All right, I'm going to go next. Reality is that I think we will see some lineup adjustments in this game. I think we will see Bismack on the floor at the same time as either DeAndre or JaVale at times, just for that physicality. A little message.
I love my Twin Towers. I love my Twin Towers.
Little message to Monty. A little bit of Ish Wainwright for 3 minutes in the last quarter when they're getting a bit up and about and a bit fucking chirpy, and Ish can give away a couple of nice, big, strong fouls. Wouldn't go astray, but I can't see it happening. Aaron Holiday, I keep hearing it. It's on all the pods. Everybody keeps talking about it. Aaron Holiday in for Cameron Payne, blah, 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 blah. We hear it all the time. Reality is, guys, Aaron Holiday's not going to play unless it's dead jump time. Monty has always stuck to his rotation, and he's going to continue to do so. It's what he does. Now, the biggest thing is that this time last year, Jay was in a fucking very, very similar slump. It didn't stand out as much, even though we went 2-2 with the Lakers. It didn't stand out as much because Cam was hitting shots. McCall hit a couple here or there or whatever. Right across the board, we're shooting poorly from 3. Shooting slumps happen. Unfortunately, they usually happen to one player, maybe 2, not fucking 5. But reality is they don't last forever. And we've got to break out of the slump at some stage. And I think that happens again at home tomorrow, particularly because this side will take being punked yesterday, personally. And I think we will see a completely different unit out on the floor tomorrow. and then following that up in New Orleans because they love being on the road, and they really want to get back to New Orleans and punk them in their own town. So that's what I see coming in the next 2 games, with slight minor rotation adjustments. Boyd?
Yeah, so I think we need to find an answer for Ingram. I think
Well, surely he can't stay being prime MJ.
no, he can't. But if he does, there's going to be a problem. I think we close it out in the next 2 games on Friday, our time. It is a shock. And here's a little take. If it does go to 7, I think you see Booker back, regardless.
He'll play games.
Yeah. Now here's now I think it could. I think similar to what Hamo said. I think Bridges is probably the best, or Torrey Craig. Well, maybe not Torrey.
Well.
Ingram
I think
absolutely
Bridges,
cooked Torrey Craig.
I think. Look, here's what it is, guys. So it's Bridges on Ingram, and it's I really like the tenacity of Shemet on defense, and I think he slides into that 2 spot on McCullum. And look, it needs to be. I think it needs to be tried, and I think Shemet needs something. Some sort of a task like that to really get him going in this playoff series. So if I think he can do it, I think he can stick with McCullum, and make things difficult for him. But yeah, I'd try that out. I'm not a fucking coach by any means, but all I know is I'm having nightmares about fucking Brendan Ingram, and Mikal Bridges is the runner-up defensive player of the year. And right now, Ingram is their best fucking player by worlds. That's what needs to happen, I think.
The other thing I'd like to see is when Alvarado does come in for a bit, I'd actually use Aaron Holiday just to get in his, Aaron Holiday's a little bit of a pesty, dogged type pain in the ass as well. So why not bring him in and get him going full court, exactly what Alvarado's doing, right up.
Pain in the ass is the best description ever, right? Just pain in the ass.
He's a bit burlier than Alvarado, and he will do a better job on him than Campaign will. Now, in saying that, like we're talking Holiday now, and you're right, Gav. It's going to be a break glass thing with Holiday. But in saying that, some spot minutes when when these guys are fucking getting amped up. Alvarado, this fucking rook, just fucking nothing to lose. When he's getting pumped up and he's screaming at the crowd and shit like that, bring Holiday in. Bring fucking Ish Wainwright, like you said, Gav. Fucking set a nasty screen on the prick. Put him in his place. And shut him up for the next 5 minutes.
Biz Mac in his way, man. See what happens to him.
Biz has to get to the spot first. He's not quite.
No, just give him the old Lambeer treatment, man.
He's not quite that Alvarado nimble, if you might say. But yeah, definitely put a little bit on him. If we're going to get fucking 42 fouls, let's fucking make them count, and get a couple of these guys, some of these enforcer types, if you will, in there. Yeah.
Excellent.
Can someone just pick up on the fact that Boyd actually said I had a good point?
I like
Yay.
it.
We're all in agreement.
Yeah.
After you said it, though, I started second guessing myself. You know that.
No doubt. I was just starting to think of Spanish words that I can swear at Alvarado in later that Nate won't pick up on.
All right, very good. Let's go thumbs up, thumbs down. First question. Are you right to do the answers again, Nate?
Of course.
You're a good man. You're a good man. The referees are killing this series. Boyd. Thumbs down. Hamo. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Nate.
Thumbs down.
I'm also thumbs down. I thought I was going to be on my Pat Malone there. The team's performance currently is an aberration, and we will bounce back in the next game. Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Gordon.
up. Thumbs up. Yes.
Hamo, thumbs up.
Nate would be a thumbs up.
Thumbs up for Hammer.
I'm a thumbs down. But
Couldn't ask the question, right? So
it's one of these. It's one of these little questions that has a significant amount of grey area. So I look forward to explaining that. We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, but this physical series is exactly what we wanted to see come to fruition.
What?
This physical series against the Pelicans right now, how physical the series is, and we spoke about it on a pod a couple of weeks ago, was exactly the type of basketball we want to see come to fruition. We wanted to see physical basketball.
Is that a thumbs question statement?
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Statement.
That's a fucked up one, but it's a thumb down from Hamo.
No, it's a thumbs up by me.
All right, we're not talking about yet.
No, thumbs down.
I'm a thumbs up as well.
Split
One of
decision.
us are dickheads.
Can I chuck one in there?
Yeah.
Calling Avocado is racist.
What?
Oh, well,
Avocados come from like Peru or something,
We
man.
can go into that further.
I will
That's a
go
good
into
question.
further, but do you agree? Is it
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is calling him avocado racist? Am I?
Thumbs fucking down.
thumbs down?
Thumbs down for me.
Okay,
All right, so that's pretty much all we've got for thumbs up, thumbs down at the moment. So let's go. The referees are killing this series.
And Boyd was. Oh, so no, you and me, Gav, were both thumbs down, and Boyd and Hamo were. Oh, hang on.
No, I think Boyd was thumbs down.
Hamo's the only one that went thumbs up. Hamo's
All right, Hamo, why are they killing the series?
They're making it fucking hard to watch. Seriously. You asked my opinion, that's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
You know, like, seriously, like, it's annoying. We should be used to it, but it's still fucking annoying. And as a fan, just as a fan of watching any game, I think they're making it really fucking hard to watch our games.
See, I think from a literal point of view, in Gav's question was this series. I reckon the refs have pretty much fucked up the whole playoff so far. So,
Look, I think you're kind of right.
They totally have, but yeah.
The thing for me is it's thumbs down because I think that our performance is killing the series at the moment, not the referees. Even though the referees have been fucking putrid.
Part of our performance is based on the calls that we get from the referees and stuff. You have to admit to that, man. Those points aren't available. We can't get them.
We've gotten through it all fucking year without whinging about it, and now all of a sudden it's the fucking referee's fault. Come on.
I can feel an Espo and Saul rant coming on.
Calls are being changed though, man. Calls are different now.
I'll tell you what's frustrating about it is you watch Philly play, you watch Memphis play, you watch Dallas play, and they're calling fucking fouls for nothing. And basically the games are lived and died and everything else from the foul line.
Mm-hmm.
Then you watch the amount they're letting go in our series. And there's got to be a level of consistency there because the referees for next series are going to be completely different because we're likely to be playing the Mavericks, which means that Luka Doncic is going to spend fucking 45 times at the foul line every fucking game. Why? Because he bitches, flops, falls over, and carries on like a fucking sook. So we're just going to watch a team just live at the fucking foul line. And the difference is going to be that this series here, we've had pushing, shoving, hip and shoulders. Valanciunas basically picking up DeAndre Ayton and throwing him into the front row, not getting called for fouls. There's just no consistency in the referees, but I don't think it's killing the series because the Suns just aren't performing at the moment. And they need, if we're performing and we're still copping this, fair enough. Boyd?
I don't think it's killing the series because that would suggest that we're fucking losing it and we're getting killed. That's the way that I took it. And I just, somewhat to what you said, Gav, like we're just We're just shooting poorly, and that's all it is. We could have had that free throw discrepancy and hit 36, 39% of our threes. Won the
Won
game.
by 20. Yeah.
So it's not, and I don't want to I enjoy watching that type of basketball as long as it goes the same both ways. Just fucking let the game roll. Let them fucking get a bit chirpy. That's what I enjoy. So I'm not going to say it's killing.
Like the
Yeah,
old
But
days.
just make sure
I'm not gonna
what
say
you
it's
what
I
you
just-
want
I
is
I just
you
want
want
to
the
see
calls
it
the same at both ends. If they're going to call you shit at
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
end,
that's it. That's what's killing it for me.
So
You
let's
know.
just say glass half full. They're halfway to getting it right. They just have to fucking do it on the other side of the fucking floor as well.
Halfway
What do you
to
reckon?
sucking ass as well.
Right, Nate.
Next one up. Second question.
I
or
thought
second
you were going to
statement was
comment.
you.
Don't want to make a comment?
Already did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep.
The
We weren't
team's
listening.
performance is currently an
Edit that shit.
aberration, and we will bounce back. I was the only thumbs down. I think as the team as a whole, we will see in Game 5 that 2 or 3 of those players that are completely and utterly in a fucking shooting slump will bounce back, but not everyone will. There's going to be players that are still out there that are struggling. At the moment, I still believe that Jay Crowder is seconds away from breaking out of the slump and coming through. And I know he hit a 3 late in that game, and hopefully that boosts him a little bit. I'm really concerned about Cam Johnson because he's actually fucking airballing threes now and open threes, which is a real concern for the greatest three-point shooter we've ever seen in a Phoenix Suns uniform. Landry Shamet, I'm also very concerned about because his shot is flat. It's brick-like. There's no air to it.
Sorry, is this the fella that regained his sniper status a few podcasts ago?
And I'll tell you what, mate, he came back into the side when Booker went out and at least attacked the basket and fucking did something for us and has hit a 3 when most of the others haven't.
I'm going to hit you with the Harden or the Jordan Poole right now.
Who?
Come on. Seriously.
What? So
You've
gonna-
seen
you're
his
gonna say-
praises a couple of weeks ago. He's
You're
found
gonna
his
sit
sniper
there-
status again,
well,
and
he
now
did.
he's sucking ass.
He did. He was shooting well. He was fucking
The
doing
greatest
everything right.
3-point. No, all right, let it go.
You're going to tell me that I said Landry Shamet's the greatest three-point shooter we've ever had.
No, you said that he discovered his sniper status
Yeah, I
again.
did.
And what I said was it's been 5 games, and look what's happened since.
No, what you said was he was fucking shit and hadn't hit a shot, which was wrong.
No,
completely
back it up. Back it up.
I will.
Review the footage.
I
I
will.
said in the last 5 games,
You were
he's
fucking
been
wrong.
good, but since that, there is no point in saying he's had 5 good games. That's it.
No, he's had more than 5 games. Five
Well,
good
that's
games.
why he's my MVP of the week as well.
Oh, I've missed this shit.
No one
Right.
misses this shit.
Boyd,
I heard the question wrong. I will say, because I didn't hear anything about, do you think everyone on the team is it was an aberration for the whole team?
that's why I said there was a grey area.
It's always the fucking Gav way of asking a stupid question so he gets to talk more.
Yeah. And you know what? I think Hemo's given you enough on this one, Gav. You're a dickhead. So, yeah, it is an aberration overall. But, yeah. Next question.
Nate,
Nothing. Everything's been said. I'm good.
okay, cool. The physical series is exactly what we wanted to see come to fruition, which is what we spoke about a couple of weeks ago on the pod.
Yeah, this was a split decision. So you and Boyd went thumbs up. You wanted to see it, and Hemo and me went thumbs down.
Well, the thumbs down is go, because I'm really interested to hear.
Well, for me, it was quite clearly we didn't want the Clippers because we didn't want a series where we were risking our players getting injured because of the physicality. And I don't think we got anything different from New Orleans. That's where my head was at.
Who in the maybe one of the Morris Morale would have
But
been
just their style of play is dirty and physical, and we're seeing the exact same type of game.
Did you think we were not going to get something similar from the Pellies though?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying I wanted it.
No, but
Your
no.
thing was
We
you
actually
wanted to
spoke
see a
about
physical series.
We actually spoke not so much in direct reference to the series. We actually just spoke about the days of that 80s, 90s basketball where we really enjoyed the physicality of the game.
Right. Well, I was looking at this as I didn't want to risk injury in round one
Yep.
from the physicality of the team we came up against.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, personally, I opted to face the Clippers when this question was put up. Bear in mind, I hadn't been on the pod in a fair few weeks, so a lot of my answers are more than likely outdated, more outdated than usual. But I would have rather have faced the Clippers because I thought this would have been a tougher first round for us, get us ready. Not wear us out, but be tougher. But I would. Similar to what Nate said, I just wasn't expecting it from the Pelicans, man.
Yeah, I kind of was. I thought the Pels would be and Nate, we actually spoke about the Pels being a bit of a concern.
Yeah, I didn't say that at all, Hemo.
for exactly for exactly what they're giving us and dishing up now with Willie Green knowing what our systems are like, the way they play. But just from a cut and dry, the way the question's asked, I love seeing the physicality in basketball. I love seeing the chippy back and forth. I think they tried to take too much of it out of the game. So I'm enjoying that fact. And reality is that normally we would really thrive in that situation as a team, the Suns. And it was only really the last game that we didn't deal well with it at all mentally. And as Boyd said, it was probably a bit of them getting in our heads, the refs getting in our heads, everybody getting in our heads. And we just didn't play the game the way that we should have played the game. And I don't think we'll ever see us do that again. And I'm more than happy for him to bring that physicality back in game 5, because I tell you what, our boys won't take a backward step twice in a row.
Yeah, very much the same, Gav. I don't think that the Pelicans are really that from a physical standpoint. I don't think they're that physical. Valanciunas, of course.
Jackson Hayes hip and shouldered fucking Jay Crowder, and then Herb whatever his fucking name is, hip and shouldered Chris Paul.
Oh yeah. But I mean, just that's dirty. I don't see that as being.
And he hip and shouldered DeAndre Ayton. I thought, and I think we might have spoken about that on a previous pod as well. And I said I think it was a pure accident. Now I'm not so sure. He fucking did that deliberately.
I think so too. Okay, physical in the sense that just an out and out illegal play, but I just mean just within the rules banging. I just don't rate the Pelicans as being that physical. They're not that domineering presence physically within the proper rules of the game. So but yeah, if they're going to be like downright taking people out and fucking doing that shit, well then yeah, okay, you could say that they're being very physical, but that's where Phoenix, that's where our team thrives, and you're exactly right, Gav. So we will thrive off of that, and I think they got something really special coming to them, these Pelicans, game 5. So, and as a direct result of that, I think CP3 has seen all the replays of that of the 8-second violation.
I think
he's just watching it fucking on repeat, right? So, and he's gonna be a lot more dominant from the start. But yeah, look, but you know what? And as a whole, this is really good. This is really good that it's not just a fucking cakewalk.
I agree with that. And I was actually going to bring that up before we got to the next question, because I heard Hamo sort of mention before that we don't want to use up all our energy in the first round. But I actually think that series against the Lakers last year really helped propel us to a finals matchup. And
it did.
We took the last week. But it was the Lakers, not Pelicans. We took the last week of the season pretty cruisy this year.
You did.
So I think this is really just going to prime us for the remainder of the playoffs, as long as no one gets hurt.
We're cutting our teeth on the Pelicans, right? And feel sorry for the Mavs. And people say, "Oh, you've just come out of fucking a tough 6-game series. It was brutal." No, this is sharpening the fucking minds and the fucking bodies, and yeah, the fucking Dallas won't be able to hang with us after this. They just won't. And fuck Luca, by the way.
Yeah, just said
I was
Luka.
waiting for it. I was
Don't
waiting
be
for it.
scared.
Yeah,
Don't be
just
scared of
said
Luka.
Luka.
Don't be scared of Luca fucking Doncic, please.
One guy.
Chubby Doncic.
I can see another Suns sweep in round 2 like we had last year.
Oh yes.
You know, what we did against Denver after that tough Lakers series was fucking phenomenal, and I think we're going to see the same thing out of a tough New Orleans series going into the Mavs. Look, Devin Booker doesn't need to play to stay match fit. He's the kind of guy that'll come out in game 1 against the Mavs and have 22 in the first quarter. So it's, I think our backup players have shown that they'll struggle coming out of injuries or a layoff, but I don't think we'll have that with Book. Last question, is calling Jose Alvarado Avocado racist? We're all thumbs down. There's a little bit of background on this, and I'm sure that Boyd is the reason is somebody on Twitter today was running around basically saying that he feels like everybody calling him Avocado is racist. Now, I can tell you right now that it's just a play on his name. It sounds like avocado, and that's all it is. That's cut and dry. It's got nothing to do with race.
Rhyming slang.
Yeah,
Since when
his
a green
name sounds
thing's
like
racist?
avocado. That's it.
Yeah. How can you be green and racist?
There is that, but I just feel like I fucking hate all the PC shit, and people just looking for reasons to get upset and fucking feel offended. Like, fuck off, man.
Right
Get
there
off
with
Twitter
you,
or
boys.
just fucking
Fuck 'em.
just fuck off.
Preach.
Well, the
Preach,
biggest
boys.
thing is,
Keep going.
the biggest
Keep
thing is
going.
we sit there and say, call him avocado because his last name sounds like it. But the New Orleans fans are sitting in the crowd doing a full chant, fuck you, Chris Paul, and then a fuck you, Jay Crowder chant. Come on. Fucking,
yeah.
Like,
Totally.
seriously?
100%. Eat a dick.
Hey, and that was a Suns fan. That was that Suns uni tracker.
Yeah, Suns uni tracker thought it was a bit racist. But anyway, we move on. We're into the wrap up. Guys, give yourselves a plug. Give yourselves anything you need to do here. All the fun sort of stuff. It's been a fun episode. A little bit of aggro, a little bit of ranting. I like it. That's the way that we operate down here. Boyd, last comments?
Okay, so I've memorized my Twitter handle. It's @Buds83. And
Is that right, though? Because it's double O. So
How do you spell it?
Boots.
I think
How do
it's
you spell it?
BOODS. Buds.
Yeah, that's Boods. It's not. It's cut and
How do you
dry,
spell
Boods.
Buds then? How do you spell Buds?
No,
I would
what?
have thought there was a.
It's like
I would have thought there was a
Butzenhausen,
U.
Butzenhausen, Yeltsin, Putin.
Well, it's just my my heritage, mate. My
Samoan.
my slack jaw heritage. That's how we pronounce it. All right, it's fucking Buds.
Yeah,
Buds 83. So
So
and
if you
also,
took the D out and put a B in there, what would it say?
boobs. Oi, stop making sense, Gav. You can't.
Yeah, well,
But
Hey.
oi, and thank you, Sunderous Dunks, for
Did he unblock you?
he unblocked me, man.
That's
Yeah, he
fucking
did.
delightful.
He did. And he's got some
that'll be a
really good
short-lived
stuff.
experience, Boyd.
Wait, no, he's got some really good stuff. I don't know what I've been missing out on all this time.
No,
He's blocked
he
me.
really does have some great stuff, and he listens to our pod. So
And oi,
Thanks,
I'd like
buddy.
to know, has anyone found out why he blocked me? Because I might
he's a
message him.
dickhead.
Have you ever
Yeah,
watched
okay.
the pod? Yeah, you do watch this shit back, right? I mean, it's pretty.
I
fucking
still
evident.
think, honestly, I still think he blocked you because of your Sava takes early in our early pods.
I might get reblocked again soon. Then.
Hamo, last comments, buddy. Give yourself a fucking plug, all that sort of stuff.
Look, guys, just very happy to be back. Sorry I haven't been back in a few weeks. For everyone who's seen it, very fortunate enough to speak with Pierre Cardin, who did our Phoenix song. That's posted on our Facebook page. If you can check it out, he's got a new track, a new video coming out soon, which maybe one of us might have a cameo in. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to the Aussie Suns cast like you always do, getting on the page, getting in the chat. Let's keep doing what we do, man. Keep getting Australia out there.
Just one thing, Hamo. I'd like to thank Pierre Cardin as well, because I'm not very literate. You may be surprised. I'm not very literate, and I always fuck up how to spell Phoenix. I always get the O and the E mixed up.
That's a fair call. That is a fair call.
What I do when I'm typing it, I go.
You sing the song.
Which one comes in? I go PHOENIX. That's mate. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you.
That's fucking sensational.
Pierre's the best, man. He's a mad dog. I was about to drop the C-bomb, but I ain't gonna. But yeah, no, he's a good man and glad to be part of the Aussie Suns family with him.
I love that you fucking use his song to spell the word.
Yeah, I do.
It's easy to take your jersey off and have a look at the back. Oh yeah, right, no.
Take your jersey off and try to buy a vowel.
That has made my fucking night. It absolutely has. That is absolutely sensational.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and top that, Boyd. No, I'm just going to part ways by saying thank you, fellas, for keeping it under the hour. That's it.
Guesswork Gav on Twitter, at Aussie Suns fans on Twitter. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that sort of shit. Help support us, help get us out there, especially if you're over there in the US. Get ready, Nate and I are coming. We're going to burn shit to the ground. You'll love it. We're going to do it Aussie style from go to woe. So we'll have a lot of fun with it. We'll have a lot of fun over the next couple of weeks. We will see you after the Suns wrap this one up in 6, and we are up against the Mavs next. Won't be up against the Jazz because they're fucking putrid. So we'll be up against the Mavs, who are also fucking putrid, and Luka Doncic can't beat DeAndre Ayton. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Cheers, guys.
Fuck you, Ben Simmons.
Was that good?
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns fans, Phoenix Suns Aussie fans pod. No, start that again. Do me a favour, do not edit that out.
It's going to be a good time.